Feet. Feet. Yeah, we're going to talk about some feet. For me, it's probably one of the most important things. If you've talked to me in the past about any sort of training, for all you guys that have known me for a while, you know how important I feel feet are in terms of athletics, sports, all that kind of stuff. So I want to do a little bit of an introduction on kind of where I head with those thoughts. And then as we start going with a little bit more exercises and progressions and all that kind of thing, we'll go a little bit more in depth with all what you can do with the footwork and even the hands with for the other video as well too, how you can incorporate that into your training and all that kind of stuff. So let's flip around. We're going to stare right at my right foot. There you go. It's a bit hairy, sorry. And let's talk about quickly the functions of kind of different parts of the feet, or how I see the functions of the different parts of the feet. So we have three major ones. So you have your heel, you have your inside edge, which is underneath here, and then you have your outside edge, which is about underneath here. Let's start with the heel. The heel right back there, so it's just this part right here when I'm talking about the heel. I don't mean all of this, literally just right here. And in terms of athletics and sports, the heel doesn't really do that much, and it's really because there's only two bones back there. So it's, for me, like landing on your heel or using your heel too much. There are some uses, yes, and you'll see that especially in basketball and sometimes in tennis as you're transferring from one, I'm going to say from like vertical to horizontal, or just kind of slowing down or braking, but it's usually just used for rest, and that's important. Second, inside edge right through here. Very key component in terms of athleticism, but a lot of people use it a little bit too much for my liking. And for me, the inside edge, so putting pressure right underneath like these 2 points right underneath here, so almost underneath the second, but mainly underneath like the ball of the big toe, like right underneath here, that's going to be used for balance and stability, which is important. So it could be that you're changing directions. It could be that you're trying to make like a tough shot. You're going to use that inside part of the foot just to kind of stabilize. And it's very similar to the hand. If you want to go check out that other video with the thumb, doesn't really do much by itself, but it's still very important for every sort of movement that you do. That brings us to the last one, which is the outside edge. And this is where the kind of the meat of the foot is. So pretty much everything in between these two fingers going all the way up into this little triangle here. That's where pretty much all your muscles and all your bones and all your little ligaments and joints are inside the foot. And that's extremely important in terms of athletics, because that's where we want to be most of the time when we're moving. And I said that purposely, when we're moving, not necessarily when we're standing still, but if we're on the run, if we're trying to generate power for a shot, if we're trying to go back and forth on the baseline, all that kind of stuff. We're going to put our pressure underneath here. So for those parents that have kind of been hearing stories from their kids like, oh, Coach Rob's making us take our heels off the ground, that's the reason why. We are trying to get everything to kind of get into this point over here. And the more you can use that point over here, the better, the more athletic movements you can do. And there's a couple videos that I already posted in the file folder on Team Snap of a couple different athletes using that part of the foot to kind of do some crazy stuff. Check it out if you got some time.